Hello darlings, welcome to Tammy and Bert's Utopia. I can feel it's coming and I'm trying very hard to fight it, and that's what I'm going to talk about this week, a depressive episode. Stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll tell you my ways of getting out of it. Thank Another week's gone by, another busy week, and I can feel it coming, and I have to fight it. A depressive episode. What is a depressive episode? A depressive episode is when you sink and you feel so flat and you can't seem to spark yourself out of it. Everything is too much effort. You can't be bothered having a shower. You can't be bothered getting out of bed. You can't be bothered cooking meals. You can't be bothered driving the car. You go into automatic survival mode, and which means doing exactly what you just have to get by. Which for me, my first thing I always do is my puppy dogs, and make sure that they have food and water and that all their business is picked up in the yard. This is something that I do, that is automatic to me, like when the children were small and I would say, grab your school stuff, make sure you've got your lunch, have your teeth brushed. It's exactly the same thing. These things are automatic mode for me now. My Millie is getting into the late winter of her life, and I know what we've got to face ahead, and that's probably not helping me either, because her eyesight's got very bad now and she's confused and she can't find where to go in the bedroom of a night, and Bert usually lifts her back on the bed and Lucy tries to guide her onto the bed, barking at her, but it doesn't work, and Bert has to lift her up onto the bed, you know, a few times a night, because when I go to sleep, I go to sleep and I'm just dead as a doornail. So that sort of hasn't helped. Another thing, we've had nothing but bizzle here in Ballarat for a solid week. Now bizzle is the same as drizzle, but my dear friend Anna Marie told me that in Ballarat it's called bizzle. Well, for goodness sake, of course it's bizzle. It's dreadful. It is just continual rain. And even though you try to say to yourself, get out, the weather doesn't matter, it's all about the clothes you wear, not about the weather. Make sure that you have the right clothes on. It doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. You get out there and I get home and the girls are all wet, and then you've got to clean them and you're wet, and it's just downright miserable. Plus it can be dangerous because I've done something to my ankle and I don't even know when I did it, but it's the size of an egg and I can hardly walk on it. So no walking for me today, and no exercise bike because I have to rest that leg for it to get better. So what do you do with the depressive episode coming on? I ground myself first, which usually, if it's warmer weather and isn't so busily outside like it is today, I would be out in the garden and I would be walking around and touching the plants and smelling what flowers I have, and, you know, enjoying that. That would really help me. But even with our great big windows, it's not the nicest out there today. So what I do is I sit on the ground, on the carpet, in front of my fake little heater, though I can turn it on and it will heat. But I sit here. I do know that I have lots of things that I can go to for help. I can go and do my colouring. I've just started diamond dotting. I'm knitting. I can play the piano. I can read my many self-help books. We've all got those. I'll put a list on later on. But, you know, when you're in that depressive episode, you don't want to do anything. Absolutely nothing but sit there and wane in pity. Have your own little pity party. And, you know, you think to yourself, well, I'm better off if I'm not here. I mean, why bother? This is just too hard. Fighting every day is just too hard. But then what you do if you go and do something silly and decide not to be here, you pass your pain from yourself to others. And I would never want to hurt the people that I love. I'd never want to hurt my children, my husband, my pets. They rely on me. So you keep soldiering on. And, well, for instance, today, I've still got my pyjama bottoms on, which are actually Bert's, because I find his are just so darn comfortable. So I've got Christmas monkeys on today. I'm not dressed up, but I've still got my tiara on. Because if I didn't have my tiara on, I don't think my mind would be able to focus today. It's here, there and everywhere. So you can get out your self-help journal book, that I've got one of these. And it's 366 prompts for every day of the year. And whatever day you're up to, you can look for a different prompt. Each moment is magical, precious and complete, and will never exist again. See, doesn't that just sound beautiful? That is just beautiful. I just open it up to whatever page that opens and figure, well, that's my message for today. I journal. Do all of you out there journal and write down how your day's been? My journals have only been one sentence lately because the days have been very similar and nothing's really happened, so I don't really write about anything. And I use these. These are cute little bracelets that my little page made for me in April this year, and they're diamond dotted. And just feeling the texture of them and just concentrating on the different heights and the smoothness and the feeling of them, you know, just for a few minutes. It's good. It's really good. And that's funny that those sweet little bracelets can do that, but I keep them next to my chair because I use them quite a lot. I also, of course, have my rocks. Oh wow, what would I do without my beautiful amethyst? And of course, as I've told you before, it was Mum's amethyst. Mum found it when she stubbed her toe on it, on that little bit there. But feeling the coldness of the rock can really help. And you think, you know, how old are you? How many hundreds of years old are you? Billions of years even. And you think about the life of a rock. You know, you just try to take your mind off everything. That's the way to do it. And try to get yourself out of that depressive episode. So, it's not easy. There is no magical way. You have to do it. A lot of mums are on automatic all the time. They just go from one thing to another because they know what has to be done. It's by a certain time. They watch the clock all day, 9 o'clock. Oh yes, okay, kids are at school. Rightio, well, I've got 6 hours until they're home. I have to do at least 20 hours work in that 6 hours to get it all organised so I can spend some quality time with the kids when they get home. And that's what they do. They go, you know, they're busy. They keep themselves busy. But when you're in your freedom years, you have to fill your days. And it's so different because I'm so lucky. I've got a beautiful home, beautiful pets, beautiful husband, and yet I still get these depressive episodes. And I say to myself, Tammy, get out of it. And I can do it. I mean, I'm here now talking to you when all I wanted to do was stay in bed today. That's why I'm still in my PJs. And I said to myself, you've got to get up, get your face on, you know, get going today, put a video on, get it ready for Friday. And that's why I'm here. And it's not easy, but it's what we do, don't we? We soldier on. So I said I was going to tell you how to get out of a depressive episode. That was the whole highlight of this video, of how to get out of it. Well, you get out of it by getting up. You get out of it by standing outside in the rain. Feel it. Feel the wind on your face. Feel life around you. Look at the trees losing their leaves as they sleep for winter, because that's what I look at. They're storing their energy up to give me a beautiful summer full of shade and pretty blossom. And my garden's asleep now. You get out your books, like I said earlier, and come on, girls. We've all got the books. Boys, we've got the books. We've got the journals for manifestations. Oh yes, yes, need to do some more of those. We have the Louise L. Hay, You Can Heal Your Life book that Simone and Zach brought me. Fantastic mantras in here. I just have to remember to open the pages and read them, because I've never been a big reader apart from Enid Blyton. But there's lots of things in here that can really help you when you know, and you just read it and you go through and it helps you. I've also got this lovely book by Dr. Libby, and it's Woman's Wellness Wisdom, what every woman needs to know. Now, how did I ever survive without this book? My darling brother brought it for me for my birthday. Oh, there you go, in 2017. That's right, it arrived the day that Benjamin moved out, which was a very hard day for me. And this book arrived. And it is full of so many things to do and what, you know, to help you with mood swings and everything. Look at that. In there, there's a little postcard of Kai and I. So, you know, that's a really good one. That's a good one, Dr. Libby's book like that. And you get out your books and you you just read them and just try and get through, you know, 5 or 6 hours and just think, well, look, what have I got to do in the next hour? If you can go to bare minimum and get what you have to have done, which is like get your washing on and think, well, look, there you go. I've got Lurch busy doing the washing because I call my machines, all are named after the Addams family or the Munsters. And Lurch, being the butler, well, he would have done the washing, wouldn't he? So Lurch is on and doing his job, and of course the dishwasher, and get your machines working for you, get that on, and get yourself up out of bed and make yourself a cup of tea and be kind to yourself, because it's not easy. And yes, medication helps. It keeps those brain waves a bit level, but conquering the mind is the hardest thing to do, and to stop the thoughts that come in and go out. And so that's what I am trying to do with the help of the Happy Life show, because they're wonderful. And the help of my darling Simone, because she also is wonderful, because she has similar problems. So that's what we do. We get up, out of bed, go outside, feel the rain, and just try and be happy, or feel the sunshine. If you're lucky enough to be somewhere where you've got sunshine, oh, darlings, get out there and embrace it. I mean, I hate the heat. Oh, don't get me wrong, I hate the heat. Anything over 25, 26, yeah, once it hits 30, that's it, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. But sunshine I love, I just hate the heat. And of course, sunshine's so good for us. So I hope I've helped you a little bit today. I hope you have a good week, as good as you can have. I've got a few shorts of the things that I've been doing, and I'll put some photos on of these books, and you can look them up if you like, and go to your local library. They've probably got most of them. Another one that I use, that if I'm really down, is Jane Austen, A Year of Quotes. Don't we love Jane Austen? Oh my goodness. Anyway, Jacinta actually brought me this book. It's a beautiful book, and it has the date and a different one on it to say for every day, and it's so sweet. And I just flick through and I read those, because I've read it from cover to cover now, and so I just do them again, and it's just lovely. Cheers you up. Anyway, darling, stay happy. Get out of that depressive moment. Make yourself a cup of tea. You can do it. You're strong. You're strong. Mental health doesn't own us. We can fight our way out of it, and that's what I do every day. I fight. Lots and lots of love from Tammy and Bert from Ballarat. I haven't been able to get Bert to do a video. He's hard to catch. Anyway, love yous all. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you found this content to be of any use to you. I really would love to have a comment from you. Thank you, darlings. Bye for now. Hello darlings, I just had to pop on and say that Simone was here yesterday, and when I went to take my Wednesday medications I noticed I hadn't taken my Tuesday medications. Now that would have been why, well it would not have helped, that was part of the reason I was down. You must have your medications. If you're on medication, take it at the same time every day. I know I have to practice what I preach and it doesn't happen very often, but even I forget sometimes. So had I had my medication, I might have had a much better day and it wouldn't have been such a gloomy video for you guys this week. But anyway, it is what it is. So have a lovely week, have your medications, and thank you to my darling new subscribers that have come here because of my darling Simone Elise, and for my other subscribers that have come here because of Sandra. So thank you so much, and welcome to Tammy and Bert Utopia. Well, I'm off to face the bizzle and the supermarkets and get medication for Millie. So I'll catch you next week. Have a good week. Bye for now.